Season's close, season's close. So I am working on arrows. This is something that I recommend everybody do, especially at the end of like a total archery challenge season or a lot of outdoor practicing season in the summer. Now that hunting season is very, very close, it's critical that you really pay attention to your arrows, go through them all, look at them all. Don't assume they're all safe. One of the most important things you can do is always check an arrow after it's been hit, or especially an arrow that you went to a tack event and maybe you found an arrow, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily safe. You really want to grab those arrows and roll them on your knee. If you hear any kind of cracking, just get rid of them. If you see any kind of nicks or abrasion, get rid of them. That's the first thing that you want to do. The other thing I do is I just go through my arrows. I check them for straightness. You can have a roller, you can do it that way. I spin a lot of mine on my finger and just make sure that integrity wise, that thing's still just rolling down like glass. If I have any damage on my vanes, I'm just tearing them off. Get rid of them, tear them off, get some new ones on there, you know, go through. The other thing is like, here is, I had a lot of arrows from the spring, so I went through, pulled every single knock out, checked every knock with a knife. I'd turn it on, turn it off. All the ones that were faulty and dull and dim, I kind of put them in a separate area. Normally I'll just color them with a marker. And the ones that are from a previous season that are dull or dim, these are perfect practice knocks to make sure that you're sighting in with a knock that weighs the same as your other knock. So just going through and doing that full inspection, and then going ahead and putting new vinyl on so that I can refletch them. So all the ones that I've tore off and I'm, you know, there was a bad vane, let's just get rid of it. I'll clean that shaft properly, put new vinyl on, and then fletch it. One of the things that's awesome with the bits and burgers that we have on the store, if you've ordered one, they are all set up exactly the same. And they're all set up for just like our hand-fletched arrows that we do. So if you've bought hand-fletched custom arrows and you might have one or two that need repair, the jigs that we have will absolutely refletch it to the exact spec. But once you've done that, like this is an arrow that's totally ready to go right here, I'll just put a fresh knock in that thing, make sure the knock's right. I'll go ahead and weigh it. And honestly, I'll normally mark, you know, my top dozen that are all weighing exactly the same, keep those marked for the ones that are going to be going in the quiver, and then the other ones will be practice arrows or follow-ups. But one thing that you have to do to be prepared for any bow hunting season is make sure you take a day just for your arrows. You don't want to go out there with a smorgasbord in your quiver because your group is going to be the same thing. So you've waited all year for this opportunity. Make sure your ballistics are absolutely on point. It's such an easy thing to do. And honestly, it just really gets you hyper-focused into the fact that it is now hunting season and it's game on.